movie notes on The Last Witch Hunter, 2015 film to May 2025 viewing. Here I, Tanis, she, her, hers of Seattle, talk through my movie notes for my Friday to May 2025 viewing of the 2015 film The Last Witch Hunter, which is a fiction film about an immortal male in the business of witch hunting and his pursuit of a witch of old in modern times. So it starts off and he's kind of in older times, and then he's an immortal male, immortal witch hunter, and so he continues pursuing this witch in modern times. And it's an interesting one because it takes the like witch hunter is his profession, however it merges with his biologically what he is. All right, so it's like, you know, if a person really is something to their core, then like if I'm a scientist / mathematician, and it's something, even if I don't have a job title, it's just part of who I am. And so this guy, he's an immortal witch hunter, and it's his business, however, it's also just who he is. All right, so yeah, it's a good one in the sense of like, there's a witch he goes after, and then, you know, it's not yet finished kind of when he goes after her the first time, and so then it carries on to modern times. It's like a haunting of the past coming back to the present kind of thing. And so I was like, okay, does what happened to me being sexually assaulted in South Africa when I was studying abroad in 2012, does that continue returning and haunting me unless I address it correctly? So on a do again for my study abroad in South Africa, does one of my guys go with me, say Hubert, Coast, Leon, or Russell? Right? So if it keeps haunting me, or maybe it doesn't haunt me, but it haunts a lot of people, like, but that shouldn't happen. Then, like, let's say I do a PhD in physics in Italy, do I study abroad? Nelson Mandela Metropolitan University doesn't exist anymore. Got like merged with a different university into Nelson Mandela University. So I'm like, I do again at the same institution isn't on the table. And the name of the city I was living in, Port Elizabeth, it has been renamed. So even Port Elizabeth, I like the title, it doesn't exist. It's not Quebec. So I'm like, it would be like, it wouldn't be exactly the same, obviously. But like, do I even do some of the same travel I did? Just like with my guide, like kind of a pick and choose. Like I don't necessarily want to do the skydiving, bungee jumping again, but like, you know, exploring the Cape Town waterfront. Do I get you know, like, do I spend like a week there with my guy, or do I go alone and my guy stays where we're living? Do we share a room in Annie's Cove where I lived last time? Do I go to Cape Town, and do I get visited by like Candace Swanepoel, Carly Kloss, and Cara Delevingne? Candace Swanepoel is even from South Africa. I thought of her when I was living there. She was a big deal before I even studied abroad, you know, so I knew of her. And she was South African. I was like, I know of one famous person from South Africa, and it's Candace Swanepoel in any industry. Okay, so you are free to judge me. Yes, I was even science at that time, science / mathematics. So there you go. It was one person, a female, Candace Swanepoel. So like, who was like relevant for my life, because there's Nelson Mandela too, because I went to Nelson Mandela Metropolitan University. Anyway, point being, doing away with the haunting of the past. It's a good one. So that was my movie notes on The Last Witch Hunter 2015 film to May 2025 viewing.